Hello again, David01 viewers and viewettes. Welcome back to another review. You know, in the past, I've had so much fun with these two metal kits that I've decided to take a look at a third one. Yes, today we are taking a look at the Make It Blocks Helicopter Metal Kit Construction Set. This set costs $1.25 and contains 33 pieces. Tools included, so let's get right into it. As always, we start off with the box. As you can see, the box here has the same information I just said in the intro. Warning, small parts, not for children under 3 years of age. This front is very similar to these other two, where it shows the set and it has a nice background to go with it. This one has the helicopter up in the clouds in its natural habitat, where you would normally find it out in the wild. On the left side of the box, over here, we have the barcode, very important, the most important, some would say. I would say, I'm probably the only one that would say that. On the top and on the right side are the same, nothing different there. On the bottom, please keep this information for future reference. Color contents and results may vary, not suitable for children under 3 years of age due to the presence of small parts which may present a choking hazard. Adult supervision required. And on the back of the box is the exact same as the other metal kits. It's just the same as the front of the box, same image, same everything. Moving on to the instructions for this metal kit, as you can see, the pieces listed on the top, and we have 4 steps in this one. I know that's a lot of steps for a metal kit. You know, if you remember the propeller plane, it only had 2, so this is double the amount of steps. But you know, nothing is super hard to follow. It's all clearly marked with like lines on where you put your bolts and your nuts and your bits and your bobs. So it's very hard to like get lost or get confused on where stuff goes. The 2 tools included with the set, as advertised on the front of the box, is this screwdriver and wrench. Fun fact, these 2 actually count towards the piece count. Here is the helicopter itself. This is the set you build. Let me just bring it forward a little bit so you can get a better look at it. As you can see, this set is quite similar to the other metal kits I have looked at. Some of these nuts, as what seems to be tradition with these metal kits, there's always one nut that's just a pain to tighten, a pain to get in place. And with this one, it's the one up here, which is a little tricky, and then down here, which might not look tricky, but once you're having to balance, you know, the yellow bit here with this bracket, and it's not a hard thing to get in place, but you know, it is a bit tricky. Speaking of getting hard, these yellow bits here, let me tell you something, Buster. Let me tell you something about those yellow bits there. Those are, out of all of the other 2 metal kits, so this is the 3rd metal kit I've looked at, that is the most, those 2 little yellow bits, let me show you, they're on both sides. Those 2 are the most difficult things to get in. Actually, speaking of which, there was a spare one, and I'm just going to show you how little this piece is, right? Like, look at this little thing. So you've got to like wedge these little prongs into one of these holes up here, right? This is the same size hole. You got to punch one of those into. It is the most difficult thing I've had to do. There was another spare piece. It's this one. A nice thing I will point out about this set as compared to the propeller plane. With the propeller plane, you actually had to bend some of the metal bits. If you watched that review, you would know that was a complaint of mine. Is this one, this yellow bit down here, thankfully is plastic. You don't have to bend any of these pieces to get them into place or to get them to fit. I do appreciate the splash of color with this one. It reminds me a lot of Crane. All of the color bits in this set are plastic. They aren't metal. So in case you were wondering. Overall, I will say this set probably took me the least amount of time compared to the other 2. Not the least pieces. The propeller plane had less pieces than this one, and the Crane had more pieces. This one I feel like is easier, maybe not easier, but it's definitely quicker to put together. At least that was my experience. The one up I've brought up in the other reviews is I've said that these sets take longer than the plastic building brick sets, and they do, and that is the thing I enjoy about these metal kits, is they take a bit longer, they take a bit more time. And you know, don't tell anybody I said it, but you know, I do think I prefer I do think I prefer metal kits over plastic brick sets. But you know, I didn't say that, Buster. If that gets leaked online, it's because of you. I didn't say that. This set does have a little bit of a play feature. If you tighten the nuts and the bolts correctly here on the top, you can actually spin the blades here, which is quite nice. So you can have it, you know, come in for a landing. But that's about it for my review of the Make It Blocks helicopter metal kit set. Where would I rank this set as compared to the other two? For reference, the crane got a 7.5 out of me, and the propeller plane got a 7. Where would I put helicopter here? You know, I'm going to put helicopter right in the center. I'm going to put it right here in the center. Now you may be asking, well, how's it in the center if this is 7.5 and this one's 7? What number is this one being in the center? I give it a 7.2.5. I like how crane and helicopter have some color to them. Propeller plane did lose that 0.5 because it didn't have any color, but I really enjoy these three sets. If you have not picked up any metal kits, I would highly recommend these being your first ones you pick up. They're very fun, they're very enjoyable. But that's it, that's my review. So you know what I always say. I always say, Abraham Lincoln.